What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live stream. Today we're going to be doing the Manchester City live stream of our away game in the Premier League against Everton. Before I do crack on with this stream, I wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Boxing Day fixture happening a day later due to television rights here in the United Kingdom. So it's the 27th of December today, and Manchester City got a big away match against Everton. City haven't won they've won one in the last 6 Premier League games and need to get back to winning ways. We have since we last played our last Premier League game, which was a disappointing 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace after being 2-0 up in the 75th minute, to go on and blow that lead and pick up only a point at the Etihad Stadium. Since then, City have become club world champions with 2 comprehensive victories against Urawa of Japan and Fluminense of Brazil. In the final, it means City are on their shirts today going to have the Club World Champions 2023 on their shirts, and that's going to remain on the City shirts for the remainder of the season to celebrate the fact that they are the Club World Champions, which of course is fantastic, and I'm hoping that we're going to use that now as motivation and take that momentum forward. Couple of clean sheets, 7 goals in our last couple of games at the Club World Cup. Come back into the Premier League, couple of difficult games to end 2023 on, away against Everton, and then on the 30th of December, a home match against Sheffield United. We're going to see 2 different approaches here. Everton will be full of confidence. Yes, they lost their last game away from home against Tottenham Hotspur. Previous 4 results before that, though, 4 wins and keeping clean sheets and scoring goals. So this isn't going to be easy for Manchester City today. Should be a really good game of football, and of course at the historic Goodison Park that Everton have been playing at since 1892 under the lights as well. Everton and the players and the fans will be well up for it. City should be having a bit of confidence going into this game as well. Could be anybody's game. I don't know what direction it's going to go in, but one thing I can guarantee here on the stream, we're going to have a lot of fun, and we'll be here for this roller coaster journey of a game. So before we do crack on with this live stream watch along, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then please do subscribe to my channel. It is free. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Now less than 700 subscribers away from my aim of 33,000 subs, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget social media links. You can find them in the description and on the yellow banner too, if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. TikTok link also in the description. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. As always, aiming for 100 likes. Managed to smash over 100 likes on my last few streams, so hopefully that theme is going to continue today. Already doing so well. 34 likes, just 66 likes away from 100 likes. Now 65 likes, and we are pretty close to being halfway at the 50 like mark, so any help towards that would be fantastic. And also, we've got the live chat rolling, so get your thoughts in there, where you're tuning in from today, and your score prediction for this game. We do have team news out, and I will go through that in just one moment. But first, I want to get into the live chat and say hello to everybody that is joining us here on this Wednesday evening in the United Kingdom. We've got MCFR, said he's already left a thumbs up, and hello Jay. Hello MCFR, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Mason, thanks for tuning in, say watching from Zambia, love that one, supporting Manchester City today, so welcome Mason. Got Zambia in the room, love that one. So Sicker, thanks for tuning in, says going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City, hoping that Rodri is okay. Kevin De Bruyne returning. We'll speak more about team news very soon. Says enjoying listening in and tuning in from Jamaica. So we've got Zambia, we've got Jamaica in the room, that's fantastic. English Dawn once more, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Says the ground at Goodison Park houses Gualades, that's how you say that, street church, and how many other grounds include a church? You tell me, my friend. I do not know. I didn't know they had a church there. Always learning. You learn something new every day. English Dawn coming in with the information. Love that one. Thanks for tuning in. Boy Racer says, hate to say it, but we need to be winning these kind of games. Not must win, but it's more a must not lose, and it's massive. I've come to the conclusion you're looking at 85 points to win the Premier League. If that's Manchester City's ambition come the end of the season, we're 17 wins away, 21 games to play. Can't afford to be dropping points. Got big games coming up in the second half of the season. Spurs Stadium we've got to go to. Got to play Liverpool at Anfield. We've got Arsenal coming to the Etihad. Villa coming to the Etihad. Manchester United coming to the Etihad. Away match against Newcastle United. So I think this is a must-win for me, for Manchester City today. So hopefully we can get the job done. Not going to be easy though, and I think them thoughts echoed by Big Morgan. Thanks for tuning in. Says tough gig today, Jay. Going for a 3-1 victory for City. I would love a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. Teddy, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Going for a 3-0 victory for Manchester City. Alec going for a 2-1 victory for Manchester City as well. Love that one. Adam going for a 5-1 victory for Manchester City. Loving all the optimism there. More. Going for, he says, La Ariana and El Diabolito combo. I will speak more about that in my transfer updates for you guys to enjoy, of course. I think I've scheduled transferring an update for tomorrow for you guys to enjoy. We'll speak more about top Argentinian talents coming to Manchester City. Exciting times. I'll speak more about that and give more of my thoughts and the latest on that, of course, ahead of going daily on January 1st throughout the January winter transfer window. It's looking like City are going to look to do a little bit of business and looking to strike pretty early in the January winter window as well. John, thanks for tuning in. Panama today. Love that one, John. Thanks for tuning in. Mark as well, thanks for tuning in. Says good evening. I do hope you are well, Mark. As I said, do get your thoughts in the live chat. Do get where you're tuning in from and also your score predictions for today's game. So we're going to go through the teams. We're going to start off with our opponents first. Everton lining up today in a 4-2-3-1 formation led by manager Sean Dyche, former Burnley manager. They're going on, in goal with number 1 Jordan Pickford. Looks like a back 4 made up of number 2 Nathan Patterson at right back, with Vitaly Mikalenko number 19 at left back. A back 2 made up of Jared Branthwaite and James Tarkowski. And then it's a midfield 3 made up of number 21 Andre Gomes, number 8 Amadou Onana, and number 37 James Garner. You've got former Manchester City man Jack Harrison, number 11, starting on the right wing. Dwight McNeil, number 7, starting on the left wing. And it's Beto giving the nod up top today for Everton. Interestingly, it does mean number 9 Dominic Calvert-Lewin does drop to the bench. So on the bench for Everton today is Virginia, their backup goalkeeper. Got some real good players on the bench. Michael Keane, Seamus Coleman, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Some real first team experienced Premier League players there on the bench that could be pretty useful for Everton should they need them. Ben Godfrey, Mackenzie Hunt, Arnaut Danjuma, Lewis Dobin and Yusuf Chamiti as well on the bench for Everton today. For Manchester City, without Jeremy Doku, without Erling Haaland, without Kevin De Bruyne, without Ruben Dias, he's out with an illness. Hopefully he'll be back for the Sheffield United game. It does mean Manuel Akanji given the nod instead. City today lining up number 31 Ederson in goal. It will be a back 3 made up of captain Kyle Walker on the right side of a back 3, Nathan Ake on the left hand side, and Akanji will go through the middle. He will have support of John Stones and Rodri further ahead of him, so that defence, I'm happy with that. I think that's the strongest defence Manchester City can go with right now with that illness to Ruben Dias. Good midfield as well. I'm happy with that, and I'm delighted that Matheus Nunes, he starts for Manchester City today. I've been impressed with Matheus Nunes over the last 3-4 appearances that he's made for the club and looking to really build on his momentum that he started to build up for himself. He's an exciting player. It took him a little while to get going, but once he has got going, he's shown glimpses of being absolutely fantastic. Given the nod today in City's lineup in midfield, hopefully he can go out there, put in a good performance, maybe grab an assist, maybe even get a goal. That would be fantastic. He partners Phil Foden further ahead into that Manchester City midfield in more of the attacking midfield role. On the right wing for City today is Bernardo Silva, left wing Jack Grealish, and it does mean number 19, Julian Alvarez, given the nod for Manchester City to lead the line. Now on the bench for Manchester City today, backup goalkeeper Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Also on the bench, defenders Josko Gvardiol, Rico Lewis, Sergio Gomes. Also got on the bench Kalvin Phillips and Mateo Kovacic, offering some first-team experience there for City's midfield should they need to bring any of these players on. You've also got Oscar Bobb on the bench and a couple of youngsters as well who's starting to become more familiar names with us. Mika Hamilton, winger, fantastic player, and Mahamadou Sissoko, of course, central midfielder. Maybe might just get some minutes here for Manchester City. Remember, City will be doing a little bit of rotation. I would be very surprised if Pep Guardiola doesn't go out there and make between 3 and 5 substitutions today. City don't normally like to touch on their substitutions, but we've just come back from Saudi Arabia. We've had a little Christmas break. The players won't be as fresh as what you would think, considering it's been, nearly 2 weeks since we last played our last Premier League game. But we've had a couple of Club World Cup matches in there. We've had to travel out halfway across the world to Saudi Arabia and come all the way back as well. So I don't think the squad will be too fresh. So there's a little bit of rotation in there. I expect to see more rotation in our home match against Sheffield United, though I'm not taking anything for granted. I like that team from City today. I think City win this game. I'm backing a 2-0 victory for Manchester City today with goals for Bernardo Silva and Julian Alvarez is my prediction. Seamus, thanks for tuning in. Says, Villa dropping points, lost to Manchester United. It means a City win today because we've got a couple of games in hand. We currently find ourselves 5th. And I know people have been looking at it saying Manchester United, they're only 3 points behind us. Not concerned by that. 2 reasons. Number 1, we've got 2 games in hand on them. 1 today, home match against Brentford. We win today, we're 6 points clear of United. Win that game in hand, we're 9 points clear of Manchester United. You don't have to think about them. I'm not concerned by Manchester United. Have a good look at the goal difference between the 2 clubs. Gives you a good indication of the gulfing difference between Manchester United and Manchester City right now. United are on -4, City on +20. 24 goal difference between the 2 clubs. 3 points separating them because all that matters is winning games and picking up them points. We've got 2 big games in hand. Win this game, and I think Manchester City can really push themselves forward from here. A win today sends City back into the top 4. More importantly, sends us just 2 points behind Aston Villa with a game in hand at home against Brentford. Not guaranteed to win that game, of course. We lost at home to Brentford last season. Seemed to be a little bit of a bogey team to Manchester City. Not taking anything for granted, but these are the games. These are the games that decide between, are you pushing for a Premier League title or are you pushing for a Champions League place next season? We don't want to be concerning ourselves with potentially finishing in the top 4 or wanting to finishing 5th and sweating about, are we going to get into the Champions League next season? Because it could be the top 5 depending on English performances in Europe, which so far this season, other than Manchester City, hasn't been that great. Don't leave anything for chance. Win this game. Win against Sheffield United. That's 40 points from 19 games. We're on course for 80 points. 85 points for me wins the Premier League. It means we're just 5 points short of where we want to be. But to me, we have to win this game to even start thinking about that. Drop points today, and I would say City, before they start thinking about Liverpool, start thinking about Arsenal, I would say start focusing on these games, trying to get back into the top 4. Just push the Premier League title to one side for the month of January. I think we play 3-4 games. I think it's 3 Premier League games we play in January. Just turn your focus to that, because one of them's an away match against Newcastle, who aren't in great form right now. So there's plenty of points still to be played with. We win these games, City will be right up there with where we want to be. We don't, we're going to be struggling. 1 win in 6. We need to start to turn that round as quickly as possible. Win today, 2 points behind Villa, only 3 points behind Arsenal. They've still to play. They play tomorrow, put a bit of pressure onto them. And we go 5 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand as well. And we've still got to play Liverpool. So it's not all over as of yet, but we do have plenty of work to do between now and the end of May and the end of the Premier League season. Adam, thanks for tuning in. John, thanks for tuning in. Super City says, do I reckon Haaland will start on Saturday? I mean, the fact that he's not in the City squad today tells me he's not fit, so I don't think we'll see Erling Haaland on Saturday. And if we don't, I see no reason to risk him against Huddersfield in the FA Cup weekend after, which means we're probably not going to see him until Newcastle away in a few weeks' time. In my complete honest opinion, we'll have to see how fit he is. I would say that the fact that he's not in the squad's telling me we're probably not going to see him, which is of a great shame. Adam says he reckons we need to bring in 5 players in January. It would be nice to add some numbers to the City squad. It'd be nice to add a couple bits of quality into the team as well, ready for the first team. Would really reassure me, but I don't see City adding 5 players in January. I think we'll be looking to add 1 first team player. We might bring in a couple of young players. Will we bring in anybody for the first team? I have my doubts about that, and the fact that Kalvin Phillips getting linked with the exit door on loan, Sergio Gomes getting linked with the exit door on loan as well, stretching that squad even thinner. City must and need to be careful. You want to go out there and push for a Premier League title, you want to go out there and try and win an FA Cup, you want to go out there and try and retain the Champions League title, you need a squad, you need a decent team, and with injuries coming in, Manchester City are banking a lot. If they let Kalvin Phillips leave, they're banking a lot on Kevin De Bruyne coming back and being completely injury-free. We don't know how he's going to respond. It could be another month or 2 before we see Kevin De Bruyne right up to his very best. He might never be the same again. We don't know. When you pick up a serious injury and you're up 32 years old, getting towards the latter parts of your career, it becomes very difficult to stick at that top end of the table. Letting a midfielder go, it's a big risk. He does need to leave. I would like the reassurance of bringing in somebody else. Never mind waiting until the summer and adding another couple of central midfielders, which is more than likely what City will do. You want to add 2 central midfielders, why not bring one in January and one in the summer, rather than needing 2 and running the risk of potentially only bringing one in the summer and then needing to do further bits of business. To me, City need to utilise this winter market. We're trailing in the Premier League. It's a long, hard season. Squad's already thin. It's going to get even thinner. I'd like to see City do a little bit of business. Stu, thanks for tuning in. To seem like a proper City fan. Question for me. Would I agree that now Gundo has left, Kevin De Bruyne are out, Rodri, when he's suspended, that Grealish and Foden drop off the cliff? For me, Pep has to persist with Doku, Alvarez, and Bernardo Silva. The Gundogan leaving, it becomes very difficult for Manchester City. I remember I did a preview a couple of days ago, Christmas Eve, with an Everton channel, Across the Park podcast. Go and check them out. Cracking group of lads. Love working with them. They spoke about the Gundogan situation, and I'll echo exactly what I said over there, here. I said Gundogan's just a big game player, and he's impossible to replace. You can't replace a player like Ilkay Gundogan. What you can do is go out there, look in the market, and identify players who you think can offer something a little bit different to this Manchester City midfield. There are a lot of quality players out there that City could have and didn't add to their squad in the summer. They didn't persist enough for my liking for Jude Bellingham. He wanted to go to Real Madrid. That's fair enough. But if you're missing out on your top target, you push hard for your option B, your contingency, which was clearly Declan Rice. City were rivaling Arsenal back in June to try and bring him in. I don't think City did enough. You've let a high-quality player leave West Ham to make a Premier League rival of ours even better, whilst we let a class player like Ilkay Gundogan leave, and we could have done more to have kept him, in my opinion. All we needed to do was match them Barcelona terms, and he would have stayed, in my opinion. We didn't do that, and instead we settled on bringing Mateo Kovacic in. It's going to take a couple of seasons for him to settle in, but to me I feel Manchester City went with cheaper options rather than the best options. And when you go down that route, it's going to be very difficult to be able to achieve what we achieved last season. I'm not going to hide behind my opinion here. I don't think this Manchester City team is as good as last season. I don't think that squad is as strong as last season. And when that's the case, you end up being in a worse position. But we're not going to know the full answer to that until we see Manchester City performing in the second half of the season and in the business end of the season. Because that's when you see the very best out of Manchester City. That's when we saw the very best out of the club last season. We're starting to slowly, I've noticed it at the Club World Cup, this team are more than capable of going out there and blitzing opponents. To me, If Manchester City are motivated and they're playing to the best of their ability, this 11 that we've got is capable of beating anybody in the world, and they're capable of doing that comprehensively as well. That's my opinion. We haven't had that consistency. That's why we've dropped points this season. We've played some good football, got into some good positions, ahead at Stamford Bridge. Fantastic. Ahead at the Etihad against Liverpool. Fantastic. Ahead against Tottenham at the Etihad. Fantastic. Ahead against Crystal Palace at home. Leading by 2-0. Job done. Fantastic. Yet City haven't managed to get the points secured and get the job done fully. So I want to see more from Manchester City. I want to see more game management. I want to see more leadership on the pitch. I want to see Manchester City have that hunger and desire, because when Manchester City are motivated, nobody can stop us. That's with or without Ilkay Gundogan for me, but it's easier said than done. We're suffering with a big treble hangover. I've persistently said so far, I just don't think there's something quite right at Manchester City. I can't put my finger onto what it is. Hopefully it's not going to have much effect on Manchester City come the end of the season, and we can still have a successful season. Can we get 4 in a row Premier League trophies? No team's ever done that. If we could do that, what a miraculous achievement that would be. Can we go back-to-back with Champions League? It's not been done, I think, for an English side since the 80s. What an achievement that would be. Can we go out there and do back-to-back FA Cups, the most prestigious domestic cup competition in the world? That'd be brilliant. Can we do something no team has ever done? Back-to-back trebles. There's no arguing against it if City go and do that, of saying which treble's better. Well, it's a team that get the consistency. It's one thing to do it once. Can you have the motivation to do it again? The City team, time and time again, they've proved that they're winners. They're capable of doing it. They just need that consistency. Stu, brilliant question. Love that one. He also says, I'm a Scottish Sevilla fan. Test United from their kick and chase era, but I think Pep chucks Phillips to the Geordies. He gets Zubimendi. Eddie Howe loves overpaying on English talent too. It could be a direction that City choose to go in with Kalvin Phillips. I think if City said to Newcastle, 40 million quid and Kalvin Phillips is yours, they're desperate. I think they could pay it. I think we could maybe get our money back for him, £44 million. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting window. It'll be interesting if City do ask for money from Newcastle, and if Newcastle do pay it, and it is a permanent transfer, whether Manchester City take that gamble and go out there in the market and bring somebody else in. We'll see. Teddy says, what about Echeverry over at River Plate? I will speak more about that in my update, my transfer update, which will be out tomorrow. I'll be able to go into more of my thoughts on that. But thank you for the question. Looks like a tidy talent, looks like a class player. Being compared to Lionel Messi is the highest compliment anybody could receive. Bearded Monster said this is going to be a tough game, but it'll take a 2-1 victory for Manchester City. Stu says, Redondo Jr., another hot prospect, proper midfielder. Like his old man, seems to mature like Alvarez. I've not seen him play, so I can't comment, my friend. Chris, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. It says, who's your biggest enemy? Do you mean in terms of in the Premier League, who's going to be our nearest competitors? Looking like it could be Liverpool. I'm not ruling out Arsenal. Could be a 3-horse race, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Mixed, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated as well. And through all that discussion, we do have kick-off upon us. Players already out the tunnel, ready for kick-off here. So don't forget, if you are enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well. Also, don't forget social media links in the description if you want to go and check out my Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And do leave a thumbs up now, just 47 likes away from 100 likes. Jake, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated as well. And as you always get at the end of the season, Everton doing their dedication to all those associated with the club who have sadly passed away in the year of 2023. Manchester City will do theirs as well in the home match against Sheffield United, as a lot of clubs do around here in the United Kingdom. It's good to see all the fans and players and staff all showing tremendous respect. I noticed the stewards and the police and everyone all doing their applause as well, which is fantastic to see. I don't know what everybody else's opinions are of Everton Football Club, but I've always associated them as very much being a little bit like us. Wear blue in a city that's predominantly got that historic club that's dominated by the club that wears red. Everton are a community club with a very local, very loyal fan base like Manchester City are. Great club, in my opinion. But for the next 90 minutes, I want Manchester City to win this game. It's Andre Gomes of Everton that's going to get us underway, with Everton playing in their home strips of the navy blue shirts, white shorts and white socks. Manchester City in their away kit. White shirts, burgundy shorts and burgundy socks. And we are ready and set for kickoff here at Goodison Park. Big Premier League game, this one. As Everton get us underway, Andre Gomes goes to Jordan Pickford and he will send this hoof ball long style. Everton managed to win that loose ball. Press Nathan Ake into a crossing position. Header comes in. And already Everton create their first opportunity, which goes harmlessly wide and out for a goal kick to Manchester City. So Stu says, Redondo Jr., he plays for the Argentinian under-23s. Says, check out the clips of his dad too. He offers similar presence and composure. I think he's at Argentino Jr. Is that Boca Juniors? Is that a different club completely? I'm not too sure. I'm not an expert on Argentinian football. Other than their domestic football, seems like they've got tremendous atmosphere. And thanks for tuning in, Stu. Thank you very much for your kind comment there. Julia, good evening. Thanks for tuning in as well. Much appreciated. And welcome. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Everton then go with another early ball. It very much looks like trying to get the ball into the City box as quickly as possible is the approach here in the first minute. Leaves them a bit suspect to the counter-attack, and City work it to the right-hand side. And here is Bernardo Silva now. Got the support of Kyle Walker. Matheus Nunes just moves into space, and Rodri chooses not to play the pass. Instead, will just move the ball around in midfield, and John Stones will pick the ball up, playing against his former team Everton today. To Bernardo Silva. Good evening, Dad. Thanks for tuning in. Going for a 2-1 City victory today. Loving all the positivity today, guys. Fantastic to see. I'm going with a 2-0 victory for City. I think first goal here, crucial. I can see City dropping points, potentially losing the game should we concede first. So I think first goal, absolutely crucial. If we can grab that, have we learnt them lessons from Crystal Palace? We're in the same competition. It's fine doing it in the Club World Cup. It's great to see. But Premier League now, and it will be predominantly Premier League between now and February. There'll be the odd FA Cup game here and there, depending on how far we get in the competition. Everything else will be the Premier League until we get to, the middle of Feb, and we take on FC Copenhagen in the Champions League last 16 away from home. So plenty of games to go. Rodri pressed and forced into a mistake here. Everton try and work it, but Rodri does really well and just bombards City forward. Here's Jack Grealish. On the left-hand side for City, he's got the support of Nathan Ake. City just work it backwards. Akanji in for Ruben Dias. Picked up an illness, so missing this game. Not in the squad today. 3 minutes in here at Goodison Park. Everton 0. Manchester City 0. English Dunn says, hope Alvarez keeps his excellent health. Conservatively, Haaland's injuries are getting a problem. I think City just want to be cautious when it comes to his foot injury, because it potentially could lead to being very serious. Like, I'm talking broken bones in his foot. Serious. Months rather than weeks kind of serious. So City just giving him a nice long rest. Not here today. I don't think you'll see him against Sheffield United. I wouldn't start him in the Cup. Give him a nice long rest, over a month off for him, and then good to go again, nice and fresh. Worked into space really well, and Alvarez with the first shot, and Foden follows it up, and a block comes in from Everton. It's a good save from Jordan Pickford off that initial shot. And Manchester City, it's only taken 4 minutes for City to get going, find their shot, and Jordan Pickford had to be alert there. He makes the save, and it remains 0-0 here between Everton and Manchester City as John Stones brings City forward once more. John Stones, he's everywhere at the moment. Finds a pass to Jack Grealish. Got to love that Club World Cup crest sitting right at the heart of the Manchester City shirt. Good interception comes in from former Burnley man James Tarkowski. Goes out for a throw-in to Manchester City. Here is Jack Grealish now to Nathan Ake. Back to Jack Grealish. On the left-hand side, inside the Everton half. Everton got everybody back here. Alvarez turns, puts a cross in. Header won well by Braithwaite. Gets it clear, only as far as Rodri. Walker now. To the left-hand side. Here's Bernardo. Have a drive, Bernardo. Kyle Walker finds Phil Foden. Can he sort his feet out? He can, but only as to find a pass to the right-hand side. Matheus Nunes to Walker. Bernardo Silva takes a heavier touch and allows Everton just to whack that ball further clear, and that's good defending from Manuel Akanji, and a late challenge comes in from Everton. City managed to keep the ball and the advantage played. Here is Kyle Walker then, with a throw-in for Manchester City. Finds Rodri. Walker once more, just plays it back to Ederson. City dominating the possession. We get a rendition of Blue Moon ringing out around Goodison Park. It's a sold-out Goodison Park as well during the festive period here in the Premier League. Ederson now to Akanji, and City can just push this one forward. Akanji plays a pass to Kyle Walker, and City through two passes into the Everton half. Phil Foden goes down under a challenge from Garner, and that will be a free kick for Manchester City inside the centre circle, just inside the Everton half, which Rodri is going to take short to Nathan Ake. He's got Julian Alvarez for support, dropping a bit deeper. Everton putting the squeeze onto Manchester City, so they just work it backwards. Here is Akanji now to Rodri. He's given time to pivot. Takes a sensible pass to Nathan Ake, and John Stones. His movement's so good. Johnny Stones, possibly the most underrated player at Manchester City, finds Bernardo Silva, tries to flick with the outside of his foot, a ball forward to Matheus Nunes. Braithwaite makes the interception, goes out for the first corner of the game here for Manchester City on City's left wing, which Bernardo Silva comes over to take as the wind blusters at Goodison Park. The ball, it's rolling around, not staying still. City choose to play a short pass to Julian Alvarez. Bernardo slips, still manages to receive the ball. Work to Jack Grealish. I think the wind's having a little bit of an impact on the game as Walker has a shot, takes a deflection, goes wide, and I think goes out for another corner to Manchester City. So the wind's blowing across the pitch. Manchester City working the short passes. It's not got as much power in the passes as the wind's blowing it, so it's just, if you're playing a pass that's not got the correct weight, the ball could get held up and could be vulnerable to an interception, so I think that's something to be wary of. Bernardo just puts a ball into the box, headed clear by Everton. Finds Phil Foden now to Jack Grealish, works the ball to Matheus Nunes. On the left-hand side, passes it back to Ederson in goal. The wind again just picks the ball up and zips that ball straight to Ederson. So there's difficult conditions here to play football in. City coping. Already had one good opportunity bringing the save from Jordan Pickford. Matheus Nunes got into a more advanced attacking position for City. A big game for him today. I've been impressed last few games that we've seen from Matheus Nunes. So it's good to see him back in the starting 11, and there's one of them short passes that's nearly held up and intercepted by Everton. In the end, City managed to keep hold of the ball. Everton pressing, putting that squeeze on, and McNeil manages to get the ball back, and Manchester City can't find the pass, and John Stones just checks the Everton player. He goes down, and that is a free kick. It was Garner, the man that was brought down, And Everton get a bit of respite, not only on their own goal, but free kick in a pretty good area for them to launch a ball into the penalty area and see if they can cause City some problems. In response, City have gone with that very high defensive line. Andre Gomes of Everton's come over to take this set piece. So some defending here for City to do. Everton have taken the opportunity to get the likes of Braithwaite and Tarkowski forward. Ball is launched into the penalty area. Akanji wins the header. The loose second ball picked up by Everton in a good position here. Can they find the cross? Can they find the space? It's good defending from Rodri, and that goes out for a throw-in to Everton as Jack Harrison, former Manchester City man over there on the right wing, looking to try and cause City some problems for the first time in this game. City managed to make the interception through Nathan Ake. Rodri will help that ball along its way. Everton do manage to pick the ball back up right on halfway. Ball comes in over the top. Nathan Ake finds the header. Doucouré just picks that one up. And an early ball comes in again. And that's 3 times from Everton now that we've seen it in the first 10 minutes. Going for them early balls into the box. Trying to cause City problems. They've not been of any quality to cause City too many problems as of yet. But that very much looks like Everton's intention today. Work that ball quickly and get that ball into the penalty area as quickly as possible. Rodri dinks a ball over into space. Phil Foden doesn't read that, and in the end does go through to goalkeeper Jordan Pickford. Ball gets sent forward by Pickford. And header won there by Beto. City do get a foot onto that and get it clear. The Everton fans encouraged by this. Trying to get behind the team. As we're now 45 likes away from 100 likes. Subscribe as well, that would be much appreciated. It's a good ball over from Jordan Pickford. Picked up really well by Mykolenko. In the end, City can get their head onto it through Kyle Walker. John Stones takes a touch, sends it forward, cut off by Braithwaite. Mykolenko looked to try and send it forward again. In the end, Bernardo Silva hooks it clear. Awkward bounce. In the end, Phil Foden can pick that up in a good position into the penalty area. Have a shot with your right foot, Phil, and doesn't get it right, and it's into the stands. Not quite on his left foot there. Off balance, sends it high over the top of the crossbar. But that's a chance for City. It is a chance for Phil Foden. He's leaning back. Jack Grealish waited at the far post, wanted the ball, but it doesn't come. Isike, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Dudley, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated as well. Got nearly 40 people in the room at the moment, so much appreciated. Do hope everyone is well, and do hope everyone's had a fantastic few days. Whether that be people celebrating over the festive period or people just enjoying their time at the end of December here in 2023. Only a few days left of 2023, and what a 2023 it's been for Manchester City. 5 trophies picked up, starting with the FA Cup. It was the Premier League first, then the FA Cup, Champions League, completing a treble. Picked up a European Super Cup in August, and we won the Club World Cup last week as well, completing Manchester City's trophy haul for 2023. And hopefully 2024, we can have a repeat of another very successful year and a successful season as well. We are getting to a point in the Premier League where game after game, it's just adding to the importance. So this game, it's massive. Sheffield United in a few days at the Etihad, it's massive. Must win games. Here's Jackie G bursting forward. Good ball into Matheus Nunes. And surely Matheus Nunes, no rebound and wide. It's a good save from Pickford. Matheus Nunes really should have bagged there. It's a tame effort from Nunes. I'm not sure Alvarez expected to receive the pass. It falls very nicely to Matheus Nunes. He should have followed it in. Yeah, Alvarez probably should have followed that up as well. It's a good save from Jordan Pickford to stop a certain goal. But one-on-one there, Matheus Nunes really should have scored, and that's City's biggest opportunity of the game so far. Corner comes in, headed clear by Everton, and the opportunity just goes away there. And City just need to keep the chins up. Keep pushing, keep going. We've not put that one away. Next time another opportunity comes about, put that one away. Keep pressing, keep going. There's a couple of good saves from Jordan Pickford. I think there's a couple of tame efforts from Manchester City. Really should have been 1-0. Here's John Stones. Back to Ederson. And that's a dangerous pass into Rodri. Under a lot of pressure. That was an unnecessary pass, that, from Ederson. Rodri does so well. If Rodri was pressed into a mistake there, I would have been furious at Ederson, not Rodri. An unnecessary pass there. And Rodri does so well. In the end, City do lose the ball, and McNeil can't control it, so it goes out for a throw-in. Here's Kyle Walker then. 16 minutes in here at Goodison Park. Here's Akanji to Nathan Ake. Don't know where to go, so he has to go backwards. Here's Ederson now. City spread the pitch. Ederson's going to go long here. Wynn's going to take this one. Where's it going to go to? Bernardo Silva's foot's where it goes to, and Mykolenko does so well. Not only makes the interception, he gets the clearance, and he finds McNeil as well. Here's Jordan Pickford then. Finds the pass out to the right. Nathan Patterson sends it forward. Intercepted well by Matheus Nunes, and Nathan Ake can take the touch and get the advantage. Good refereeing. Rodri rocket. Oh, goes for the shots. Tame. They take the sting out of the shot there. It's a good block, actually, from Everton, and they ping the ball forward. Beto not happy with the ball forward. It's nowhere near him, and Ederson will make that interception for Manchester City. 17 minutes in. Still remains 0-0. Matheus Nunes and Julian Alvarez combined with the best opportunity of the game so far for Manchester City. Jordan Pickford saves both them opportunities and remains 0-0 here. Here's Bernardo Silva. A good interception there from Everton. McNeil sends the ball forward, looking for Beto once more. Akanji is all over Beto. It's got to be a free kick for Everton. It's got to be a free kick, and it is a free kick. Akanji's just allows him to put his body in front of the ball. Really good attacking play from Beto. Akanji just gets himself muddled up. I think Akanji, smart guy, needs to be smarter there. In the end, it's a free kick for Everton. 30 yards out, good crossing position. Andre Gomes is going to whip this in. Dangerous situation here for Manchester City. And some defending for City to do as well. Anana forward, Tarkowski forward, Brathwaite forward. Gomes with the free kick. And Ederson comes to claim. I think he gets a little touch on the ball. And City can just whack that one clear. Does enough. A good ball in. And Ederson does enough. Ball launched forward from Pickford. And Manchester City will get their foot onto that and get it clear through Akanji. Only as far as Patterson. As we're on to 60 likes now. Fantastic effort. 40 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well. would be much appreciated. We've got plenty more football and City content to come for you guys to enjoy. As I said, we've got transfer update and some transfer videos to look forward to over the coming days. We've got the build-up to the Sheffield United game too. And of course, immediate match reaction from this game as well. Here is Kyle Walker for Manchester City. Plays a ball back to Ederson. Work to the left-hand side. Akanji. This wind's causing City a bit of distribution problems. Rodri gets his foot onto it. Everton press Manchester City high. Taking a leaf out of the Fluminense book, trying to cause City problems. It meant there was space and City punished Fluminense. City have had 3 good opportunities in this game so far. Not punished Everton, but here they are marching forward. Can they punish them now? Kyle Walker works the ball to the right-hand side. Here's Bernardo Silva. He's got 3 ahead of him. Phil Foden, Matheus Nunes and Julian Alvarez. Rodri, back to Kyle Walker. Finds Phil Foden. Here's Akanji now, working it to potentially the left-hand side. Nathan Ake now to Jack Grealish. There's the run of Alvarez, not used. Back to Nathan Ake. Pressing really well here, Everton. To Jack Grealish. Back to Nathan Ake once more. And City just being forced back by Everton. The crowd show their appreciation there. And in the end, Ederson will just play the ball forward to John Stones. As we're now 35 likes away from 100 likes. Here is John Stones to Kyle Walker. A very pensive game for City so far. A lot of backwards passing. A lot of backwards passing from Manchester City. Sideways and backwards passing. There's been opportunities not utilised. Good covering of the ball there from Matheus Nunes. He wants to take it quickly. Phil Foden's not paying attention, so he has to go backwards. City too busy looking for a breather there. Matheus Nunes wanted to go quick. Would have been a good option there had Phil Foden been paying attention. Bernardo Silva dinks a ball well towards Matheus Nunes. Has he got the pace? It's great defending. Tarkowski, not only does he make the interception, keeps the ball in and gets the ball clear. Goes out for a throw into City, but it's on halfway rather than right near the penalty area. It's excellent defending from James Tarkowski. Andy, thanks for tuning in. Says just arrived at his house. Alison and Andy both left a thumbs up, which is much appreciated. Do hope you had a wonderful Christmas as well. Into the 22nd minute. No. Here's John Stones for Manchester City. As I said, lots of backwards passing. Everton are pressing. That's what's causing City to do this. City are keeping the possession. I think they've had over 70% of the ball so far. And they've created opportunities. They've not put them away. But Everton will be encouraged by this. And he says, busy traffic around York and North Yorkshire. It's been awful. It's no better here in the northwest, my friend. So I can sympathise there. Throwing for Manchester City. Kyle Walker barking instructions there at somebody. I'm not too sure who. Anyway, throwing comes in, goes to Rodri, and Manchester City look to already come forward. Worked well to Jack Grealish, and Julian Alvarez now bursts forward. Gives Jack Grealish some space. He puts the accelerator on. Here's Alvarez. Tries to find a pass to Phil Foden. It's not accurate. Ball comes to Nito. Akanji under pressure. Given away. Nunes. Foden goes down. No free kick given. Here is Jack Grealish into the penalty area and a good save from Pickford. It falls to Matheus Nunes. He can't sort his feet out. Can find Bernardo Silva. He puts a ball in early. Header won by Patterson. Nathan Ake now to Kyle Walker. He might hit this, He doesn't. Goes with a pass instead. Gives it to Bernardo Silva. Here's Kyle Walker. A ball comes in and it's too close to the keeper. And another chance goes begging there for Manchester City. It's Jack Grealish this time. Leon says he was barking at Phil Foden, the guilty man. It's a good attempt by Grealish. A little bit of space opens up, just toe pokes at effort. And Jordan Pickford gets down low, gets down well, makes another save. That's 4 saves for Jordan Pickford now. Managed to keep his clean sheet intact for now. and trying to demonstrate why he's England's number one. A good ball over the top to Vitaly Mykolenko, playing left back today for Everton. A really good touch, and Jordan Pickford's saving ability and distribution has been pretty good so far. It's kept it at 0-0. Throwing here for Manchester City. Nathan Ake to take. That'll be a corner for Everton. Yep, corner for Everton. Poor pass from Akanji. Back to Ederson, playing a pass there, and it's a cheap corner given away. And these are the things that Everton will be looking for. Cheap set pieces. Silly free kicks given away in silly areas. Cheap corner kicks. It's needless from Manchester City. Inviting their own pressure. I will be furious if they concede off this. Branthwaite, Garner, Tarkowski, the forward, Dwight McNeil with the corner then. Whipped in, it's a good ball in and it's a good header from Nathan Ake. Whipped back in again, Ake again gets his head onto it. Really good defending from Nathan Ake. City can get this clear. Should be mopped up by Everton and is, and work back to Jordan Pickford. He launches this. And Ederson will collect that ball. Could have taken a really awkward bounce that with the wind as well. Ederson had to come out of his goal to collect it. Can easily misjudge it. Misjudge the bounce and it go over the top of you and go into the net. Here is Rodrigo for Manchester City then. Works the ball to the right hand side. Kyle Walker. Back to Rodri. Work to the left. Here's Nathan Ake. Jack Grealish. Well, that's a good pass from Grealish into Foden on the left wing. Who's forward? Ball comes in. It's a good ball to Bernardo. Bernardo! It's high and wide. Chris says we should sign Camavinga. Is Camavinga available? That's the question. Leon says rates Pickford. Very good keeper. Says not too much liking us. Lot moaning and shouting at each other though. Frustration maybe. I think City have the game plan and it's just not linking up too well. I think a lot of it's rotating through where Phil Foden is, through that middle pack. Matheus Nunes, Julian Alvarez, Phil Foden, that little triangle that you've got. Jordan Pickford sends a ball forward. Desperately unlucky from Everton. Comes off the shin of Andre Gomes and falls nicely to City. And nearly a good interception from Onana. And in the end, City again sells a free kick. Here's John Stones. Work to the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva. Finds John Stones. Kyle Walker. City probing at the moment. Just not had that clinical edge. Probably should be at least a goal ahead. We aren't. And Everton will take a lot of encouragement from that. So City just got to keep pushing. I mean, Everton have stopped pressing now. Ederson with the ball. He's telling his defenders he wants them to get forward. And here comes the Everton press now. They didn't press Ederson, but they've pressed Rodri and found the mistake. And poor pass comes in. And Bernardo Silva keeps that in, but it's a dangerous one to be kept in. And in the end, Rodri can mop that up. Or does he? McNeil has the ball. Surely 1-0 Everton. And it is the all-important opening goal. It's Jack Harrison, former Manchester City man, putting the ball into the back of the net. City messing around at the back, and they're behind. I said City aren't being clinical. Everton presented that one opportunity, and it's a mess. Steve's spot on. It's an absolute mess from Manchester City at the back. It's a gift of a goal, a Christmas gift from Manchester City, and Everton, they say thank you very much. And Everton grab that all-important opening goal, and the Premier League pressure mounts onto Manchester City once more. Less than half an hour in, Everton lead. And Manchester City, if they weren't frustrated before, will be very frustrated now. There's a good pullback from McNeil. Jack Harrison reads it really well. It's a tap in. Easiest goal he'll score all season. All over the place for Manchester City. All over the place. And it becomes so difficult now for City. So difficult. They've given Everton something to go at. Everton have got something to defend. City must score. And I think it's really important that City try and get an almost immediate response here, because that pressure just gets cranked up more and more and more. And it's all just a bit of a mess from Manchester City. And look at Jordan Pickford. It's a bit of a mess from Everton at the back. He puts his foot on it and puts it in the stand. Too much messing about. If you're unsure, you don't know where people are, and you need to just get rid of that ball, you get rid of that ball. Poor goal for City to concede. Really poor goal. The only positive is there's still an hour left. City have created a good 4 opportunities, not have the shooting boots on. The space is there. The difficulty you've got now is Everton have something to defend. That press from Everton, they might keep it there for the next 5 minutes, but they're going to sit very deep. And that space that City have had, them 4 opportunities created that they've not put away, will be very difficult if City don't reply pretty quickly here. And the distribution from City's just not quite been pinpoint. Here's Bernardo into the penalty area. He goes down. He wants a penalty. I don't think it is, you know. Early cross comes in. Dealt with well by Patterson. Ake to Jack Grealish. There's Alvarez right on the edge of the penalty area. Here's Grealish. You know, he finds Rodri. Rodri! Wide. It's an opportunity, that. It's an opportunity for City. It's nowhere near. It's just, that's disappointing. Rodri, edge of the penalty area. You'd be expecting him to at least find the target from there. Goal kick here for Everton. Jordan Pickford then just whacks this one long. Oh, poor again from City. Really poor. McNeil, he's got the freedom of the pitch. Mykolenko now, edge of the penalty area. And they get a corner. City are at 6s and 7s. They're all over the place. Absolutely all over the place at the moment. And this is what I was going on about at the start of the game. You need a leader on the pitch that's really going to just grab the team by the scruff of the neck and just show that bit of leadership. Corner comes in. A bit of pushing and shoving going on. It falls nicely to an Everton player, and it's a cracking save from Ederson. And out for another corner. Jack Harrison it is, with the effort. Really good effort. A really good save from Ederson. So it's a worldie of a save, that, from Ederson. Worldie of a save. Another corner, though, for Everton. More defending for Manchester City. Gomes to take. Whipped in. Headed clear. Not great for Mykolenko, and that takes all the pressure off Manchester City. And it'll be a goal kick. Got another replay of that worldie save from Ederson. It's a cracking save. It's a cracking save from Ederson. Lee, thanks for tuning in. Says, as a Liverpool fan, love this guy. So genuine, seems like a proper City fan, not the usual plastic. Well, I've supported City for, well, approaching 2024, so it'll be 22 years. So I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot being a City fan. Ederson, City just... distribution. It's off again. Everton are all over this distribution from City. It's slack passing. It's slack from Manchester City. Really slack. Here's Andre Gomes. City can just get the foot around that and get that one clear. A high line coming in for Everton. They're vulnerable on this counter. I get that they're ahead. I get that they've got the momentum. Very dangerous from Everton should they make one mistake and allow Manchester City that opportunity. Here is Onana now into the penalty area. Tries a back heel. Not great. Nathan Ake just gives the ball away to Beto. He's looking to try and get a cheap corner. Ederson shouts for John Stones. John Stones takes no chances and he whacks that one clear. Ball again launched forward. Good touch that from Jack Harrison. Really good touch. Everton's confidence is up. Tails are up. And this is a problem for Manchester City. Good work that. Really good work from Alvarez. Ake sends the ball forward. Cut off by Branthwaite. Ball work back to Jordan Pickford in goal. Launches the ball forward. That's a good ball forward. That's a really good ball forward. And John Stones is great defending. Offside flag goes up. John Stones goes down. And he's hurt. He's hurt his ankle there. He is offside. He's about half a yard offside. John Stones isn't to know that it's offside. It's good defending from Johnny Stones. I think he just gets trodden on. Painful that with the studs coming down onto the ankle. Really good clearance that from John Stones. Really good defending as well. He doesn't get trodden on. I think he just wraps his ankle around the leg of Beto there. Potentially just twists his ankle, I think. And John Stones feels the pain there. Hopefully the magic spray will be able to do the business there. And hopefully nothing too serious. Normally this is where I'd sit here and be pretty critical of the officials and saying if you think it's offside, your flag should go up rather than letting play continue. Because you continue in real time. It's a competitive game of football and a great player like John Stones ends up injured because the flag doesn't go up. But I don't think it's that clear of an offside. It's half a yard. Now, if it was 2 or 3 yards, I'd be absolutely seething right now. Linesman has his original decision. Nothing stops Beto putting that ball in the back of the net and VAR then having a look at it with the original on-field decision being offside. Really small, fine margins. It's a good decision from the linesman. It's a tight call. It's good defending from John Stones. He just wraps his foot around. I mean, he's back on his feet. He is moving, albeit a little gingerly. I think it'll be something that City just choose to keep an eye on. Obviously, with John Stones' injury track record, it's definitely something just to be a little bit cautious of. Leaf says, feels a draw. As much as you'd love to see City lose, I just didn't see Everton pulling off the win. I mean, we've not been at our fluent best. I've seen City at the Club World Cup playing some tremendous football that would win us the Premier League if we played like how we played at the Club World Cup for 38 games here in the Premier League. We come back, Everton are in our faces, we don't put our opportunities away. Everton's press working so well, it's causing City problems. Here's City coming forward, and that will be a free kick. Jack Grealish not happy, and it will be a yellow card. And not happy. Saying the defence has just been lousy from City. Lydia saying Everton going to win 3-2, he reckons. I still think City win this game. Well, it might be 2-0. I'll change it to 2-1. We've conceded as Nathan Patterson goes into the book for that challenge on Grealish. We're now just 29 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Free kick here for City then. What can they do? We need a response. Alvarez over this. Bernardo over this. Alvarez to take. It's a good ball in, and it's wide and out for a corner to Manchester City. It looked like it was a goal kick. Referee says corner. Let's have a look. It is a corner. Good decision. Really good decision. I thought it was a goal kick. Good officiating that. In fact, I've been pretty impressed first 40 minutes here with the officiating. Bernardo puts a ball in. Headed clear by Beto. Only as far as Matheus Nunes on the left-hand side. 5 minutes before half-time. City have just taken that sting away from Everton's momentum since going a goal up. Question is now, we've got 5 minutes. What can we do? Nathan, thanks for tuning in, says, reckons Manchester City going to win this game by 2-1. Liverpool fan tuning in, of course, with the interest. Liverpool fans more than aware that despite Man City not being too great, 1 win in the last 6 games, City find themselves 5th in the Premier League. They know that the threat when it comes to the Premier League trophy at the end of the season lies with Manchester City because of how dangerous they can be in that second half of the season. And ball doesn't fall kindly there for City, and Tarkowski takes no chances. Rosed. Josko Gvardiol stripped, and he's going to be coming on here. I think it's going to be for John Stones. I mean, John Stones is moving a little bit more freely. I think City are just not taking any chances. I think this will see Nathan Ake go into centre-back. Akanji will go into defensive midfield, and Josko Gvardiol will go on the left, is what I think City are going to go for. And says all possession again. No goal. And Jack Harrison comes forward here. This has been a well-managed situation by Everton, albeit through some good goalkeeping from Jordan Pickford, but you keep yourself in the game and you stick to your game plan, you can have every bit of success. McNeil goes with that early ball into the box again. Not the best. City struggle with the initial clearance. It takes Rodri to mop that one up, and good turn that from Nathan Patterson. Finds the pass onto the right-hand side. Here is Jack Harrison, goal scorer for Everton today. Can't find the pass. Nathan Ake makes the interception, and here's Matheus Nunes now. John Stones is just feeling a little bit of an impact there, and he's regurgitated his injury again there. Really struggling, and puts the ball out and knows that the substitution can come in and he can go off the field. So that'll be the end of John Stones. I don't think we'll see John Stones in the match against Sheffield United either. So that'll be his 2023 for Manchester City done. Through a twist of his ankle and an awkward landing. And Johnny Stones comes off. He applauds the Everton fans as well. Everton fans applaud him. I remember it was a bit bitter when John Stones first joined Manchester City from Everton. It's good to see that bitterness has slowly just left, and mutual appreciation shown by both John Stones and Everton. I imagine it'll probably be the same when it comes down to Jack Grealish and Aston Villa as well. David, thanks for tuning in. Says, thanks for your commentary. Much appreciated. Says, what is going on with City in the Premier League? They're not managing situations well. There's a bit of lack of leadership on the pitch. As I said before, I think City's squad's not as strong as last season. And they're just not managing situations. If Everton are putting on a press and there's 4 or 5 players surrounding you and you're struggling to take them touches that's needed, you put the ball out of play. Don't take them risks and chances. It's 0-0. We're not 3-0 up. You don't take risks when you're right near your own penalty area, because when you've got a good team like Everton, let's not forget, without that 10-point deduction, they'd be 10th. You're basically playing a top half team away from home. You've got to play very, very well to win these kind of games. You don't put your chances away. You mess around with it at the back. You get punished for it. That's what's going wrong in this game, and it's been a bit of a problem for Manchester City in general, I think, so far this season. It's not quite been right. I really was hoping the Club World Cup would be the turning point for City, and that should be defended out, and that should be a free kick for City in the end. And it is against Manuel Akanji. Seamus, it is Pep's way or no way, but you saw it. It's about managing them situations. City managed them situations very well. I'll use the example of the Champions League final against Inter Milan. That was a situation that was managed very well from Manchester City. Inter, once they went behind, were putting that squeeze onto Manchester City. There were opportunities there, but they ensured that there was nothing too risky played by City and a safe game was played. Now, at the point of Everton scoring that goal, there's 5 players around the City defenders. There was a couple of poor touches. You've got to recognise you've made a poor touch. You're right next to your own goal. You can't afford an Everton player to be taking a touch. You need to be looking across the line and you need to be putting the ball out of play or launching the ball upfield and far away from your goal. There were 2 poor touches in there in the build-up to the goal. Everton put City under the pressure. We don't deal with it. They do. And they lead. Here's Kyle Walker. Work to the right-hand side. Bernardo to Akanji. So Akanji has gone into that defensive midfield role, that John Stones position. Here's Josko Gvardiol. He lines up a shot. It's blocked really well by Onana. And Nathan Patterson just skips past Gvardiol, launches that ball long. Beto takes a good touch. And I tell you what, it's a bit of a genius move made that by Sean Dyche, not going with Dominic Calvert-Lewin. It's a massive, massive call. It's a good striker, Calvert-Lewin. As Nunes bursts into the penalty area, it's lovely feet from Matheus Nunes. Here's Bernardo Silva to Rodri. Work to the right-hand side. There's 2 players on the right. Matheus Nunes goes for the deeper ball. Looked for Grealish, can't find Grealish. Onana can get that ball launched clear. Into the first of 3 minutes added on here. As we're now 22 likes away from 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well. Would be fantastic. It's free to subscribe. Got plenty more football content to come. Here's Jack Grealish then. Can City just get a goal just before half-time? Makes our life so much easier for the second half if we can. It's a good pass now. Kyle Walker. Can we get something of quality into the box? There's not much movement. Walker. It's good defending from McNeil. And out for a corner and possibly the last chance of the half. Here's Bernardo Silva. Comes over to Alvarez, just whispers something to Bernardo Silva. So something City have worked on in training that City looking for here. Here's Bernardo then, goes with a short corner to Alvarez. Gives it to Phil Foden. Works across to Jack Grealish. He's got Matheus Nunes on the opposite flank. Gives it to Kyle Walker now. Phil Foden. City are forced backwards and back to Ederson. That should have just been a ball into the area. Everyone's gone forward. There's less than a minute left of the half. There's simple things here that Manchester City are just overthinking and overcomplicating. Corner kick, less than a minute left in the half. You put that ball into the box. Matheus Nunes takes a great touch and out for another corner. Everton want the offside flag and it comes. So that will be half-time. And it's not like City haven't had their opportunities. They've just been... City have been their own worst enemy. They really have. Bearded Monster, I think, spot on as the half-time whistle does go. We've been causing our own issues all season. Man City are their own worst enemy. They really are their own worst enemy at times. And more frustrations, more aggravations going on in the tunnel. And life just seems very frustrating for Manchester City and the players right now. I don't know. I don't think it's been City's best performance of the season so far. I don't think it's been our worst either. I really don't. You know, Matheus Nunes puts that brilliant opportunity away, or Julian Alvarez, we lead this game. Bernardo's had a good opportunity. Jack Grealish forced a good save from Jordan Pickford. You know, you put at least one of their opportunities away. We sit here and we're saying different things. But we're not. We're not doing what we need to do. Makes it very difficult second half. It's doable, just makes it very difficult. No De Bruyne, no Doku, no Haaland. Massive 45 minutes coming up for Manchester City. There's no real options for City from the bench either that can come on and make a difference. And I hear Man City aren't interested in bringing anybody in January. They're interested in letting a couple of the squad players leave instead and not replacing them. And it's just, I just don't think it's the right thing to do for Manchester City. I really don't. Massive 45 minutes coming up though. Massive. We've got the quality. They need to stick to the game plan. And most importantly, can't afford Everton to grab that second goal because that could well be Manchester City taking no points away from Goodison Park. And since we last played, we've seen Liverpool, Arsenal, Aston Villa all drop points. So it's a game where we really could do with capitalising. And at the moment, it's just gone back to Manchester City doing what Manchester City have been doing for the last couple of months. So there we go. Nadir says, what's my full-time prediction? I think City can turn it round and positive. You know, I watch City week in, week out. I know exactly what we're capable of. I know when Manchester City turn up, turn the screw, and really play to the best of their ability, no team in the Premier League can live with Manchester City. It's all about that consistency. At the moment, I've just not seen it that much here in the second half. We do need to go out there and do what United did. You find that space, you put your opponents under pressure. The space is there for Manchester City. I'm not entirely convinced that Everton know how to see this game out. I think Everton are going to continue to press and hunt for that second goal, which means there's going to be space, which means if Manchester City can find that space, and there will be opportunities in that second half, if they can be clinical in front of goal, you go out there, first 15 minutes, grab an equaliser, forces Everton right onto the back foot. Everton then will be second guessing themselves. Do you commit or do you sit back? What do you do? But Goodison Park's not an easy place to go to. As I said, without that 10-point deduction, Everton would be 10th in the Premier League. You're looking at very much a top half calibre team. Need to do more. Manchester City really do need to do more. And I'd like to see some more from Manchester City's attack as well. I didn't see enough of Jack Grealish and Bernardo Silva there for my liking. A lot of the link-up play was going through Foden, through Alvarez, and through Matheus Nunes. I want to see a little bit more from getting our wide players involved as well, for me. So do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. We're now 20 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We do have some games already happening in the Premier League. They're into the 72nd and 78th minute. So, first game, Brentford taking on Wolves. Surprise result coming out of Brentford at the moment. Brentford 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. What a win that would be for Wolves, who I think have surprised a lot of people. I thought at the beginning of the season when their manager left a week before the season started, they were letting players go left, right and centre. They looked certain for relegation and they fought really hard, doing really well. 3-1 up there with 17 minutes now remaining for that game. You've also got Chelsea taking on Crystal Palace in West London at Stamford Bridge. Currently Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1, and Chelsea could be dropping more home points there against Crystal Palace. It was Mudryk giving Chelsea the lead in that game before Olise, who Manchester City were linked with in the summer, finding the equaliser just before half-time. 11 minutes remain at Stamford Bridge there. And of course, here at half-time, things not going Manchester City's way. And Everton, now favourites in this game, 5-4 according to the bookmakers to win. Manchester City now 9-4, just over 2-1 to win this game. So the bookmakers not impressed with what they've seen from Manchester City so far. And Everton favourites for this game. A draw at 15-8. You got some games in the Scottish Premiership. Aberdeen Motherwell and Rangers Ross County postponed. 63rd minute, not many goals in Scotland. Livingston 0, St Johnstone 0 in the 63rd minute. St Mirren 0, Kilmarnock 1 in the 60th minute. And in the 50th minute, it's Hibernian 0, Hearts of Midlothian 0 in an Edinburgh derby. In the Belgian Pro League, the only other game happening from around Europe, Standard Liège against Sint Trudense VV is currently, it's finished 1-1 there. You've got Anderlecht taking on Cercle Bruges, which is currently 2-0 Anderlecht in the 54th minute, and you've got Sporting de Charleroi 2, Mechelen 1 in the 66th minute. In Belgium, just getting a replay of that goal. Man City pass it out and Bernardo Silva slides in to keep the ball in. Bernardo Silva leaves that. That goes out for a throw-in. We're not sitting here talking about Manchester City being 1-0 down. That flag goes up earlier. We keep John Stones on the pitch because he doesn't pick up them injuries, and it's them fine margins that's just not quite gone Manchester City's way. But I say this all the time, and I mean it. You make your own luck in football. We haven't put our opportunities away. Man City put away one or two of them opportunities. We're clinical like we were at the Club World Cup. All of a sudden, luck starts to go Manchester City's way. Everton start to get frustrated. They start to rush their play. They start to do things that they don't normally do. And the quality that Manchester City have got, you can punish them. And vice versa. Manchester City haven't found that opening goal. Manchester City are put under pressure from Everton. They make that mistake. They're punished for it. And they replied for that from Manchester City. I mean, have we had a shot since going behind? I haven't seen much from Manchester City since going behind, and I'd like to see much more from City in the second half, because how the first half's gone here, I think, as the chat has shown as well, it has caused a fair amount of concern for Manchester City. So what can we do in the second half? It'll be interesting to see if Pep Guardiola changes anything or what the Manchester City analysis make of it. We'll have to wait and see. But City, far from their best. And if they're to win here, second half, they need to be right at their very best, as far as I am concerned. David, thanks for tuning in, says, I tried to remain positive, but the last few weeks were totally off form. We need at least one more forward. We're missing a playmaker. I want to mix in that Manchester City's defence looking a bit jagged as well, in my complete honest opinion. A lot can come down to how poor the window was for Manchester City in the summer. A lot can come down to that, as far as I'm concerned. Wasn't the best of summer windows for Manchester City. They've brought in a few players whilst not actually strengthening their team. Which, following a treble-winning season, if you're not going to improve your team and you get a little bit weaker, you let your likes of Mahrez and your Ilkay Gundogan's leave, and you bring players in who aren't as good as these players, then all of a sudden you face difficult, complicated issues. And all the other teams around us obviously playing catch-up as well. It becomes very difficult for Manchester City. Very difficult indeed. Rightio, got some half-time entertainment for you guys to enjoy. And we will be back for the second half for you guys to look forward to. Hopefully it will be a better second half for Manchester City, because at the moment Manchester City have gift-wrapped Everton a lead here at half-time. A bit late, it's belated, but it is a lead that Everton have here at half-time. So I do have some half-time entertainment brought to you by my partner channel Mixid. Links and details there in the description. This is the Jack Frost Winter Cocktail. Enjoy!
What's going on, guys? Mixid here, back again for another Christmas cocktail. And today's Christmas cocktail, as I said last week, it is the Jack Frost cocktail. Let's get straight into this. It's a simple one to make. It's 4 ingredients. So you got your rum, pineapple juice, a blue curacao, and of course your creamy coconut. So it's quite easy to make. It's just coconut milk mixed in with sugar. I say you can use a hot stove to mix it in, or even better way to get it to dissolve the sugar. I always use a blender. I find it quicker and more efficient. That's my way of doing it. So let's get straight into it. So get your cocktail shaker, put in 45 ice cubes. So the first ingredient to go into a shaker, guys, is 60ml or 2 ounces of a white rum. The next is 45ml or 1.5 ounce of a pineapple juice. I'm using Tropicana. Next, 30ml, 1 ounce of blue curacao. So last to go to a shaker, guys, is 2 tablespoons of cream of coconut. So So it's about 5 mil for a tablespoon, so 10 mil, so a third of an ounce.
We're well equipped in my house.
How's that for efficiency? So it's homemade as well, my creamy coconut. Put your lid on now. Make sure it's nice and secure. And now give it a good shake, 8 to 10 seconds to get nice and chilled. There we go, one Jack Frost cocktail. How does it taste? Because I saw this recipe and I must admit, I saw it on TikTok, I liked it that much, so I'm going to make a recreation of that.
Shout out TikTok.
Shout out to TikTok. How does it taste? I like it. I like it a lot. It's very nice. The thing that makes it is the cream of coconut and just sweetens it up, and it has that very nice balance, especially mixed in with the white rum and pineapple juice. I think if I want perfection, only critique is I think I'd have less pineapple juice in it. That'd be my only thing. But other than that, it's a very nice recipe and I certainly recommend it. So that, my friends, is a Jack Frost cocktail. So what do you guys think of it? Do let me know in the comments below. So any recommendations for the Christmas cocktails or any holiday cocktails, do let me know in the comments below. Or any challenges as well for me if you want me to try, as we are a little bit mad on this channel. But I've been Mixed. This has been the Jack Frost cocktail. And if you're new around here, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixed for more Christmas cocktails like this. And I will see you guys for the next Christmas cocktail. Cheers. But it's homemade as well, my creamy coconut. But
Makes it sound like you've just been wanking.
We don't have dirty mads on Mixed.
Fuck me, how big's that load? No, not November.
I failed.
That's a great outtake that's going in. That is definitely one of my favourite outtakes that we've ever filmed on the Mixed channel. You can go and check him out, links and details. They are in the description. So, Wolves are now 4-1 up against Brentford in London. Great victory that's going to be for Wolverhampton Wanderers. As I said, considering a lot of people, me included, thinking that they were going to be relegated this season, showcasing what they're about and continuing to dig really deep there, and what a season Wolves are having. Still 1-1 between Chelsea and Crystal Palace into the last 10 minutes or so there of that game, as we are now only 10 likes away from 100 likes here, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Do subscribe as well, that would be much appreciated. We will wait for the second half. So in the meantime, I'm just going to head onto Twitter and just see what the initial reaction is there to Manchester City being behind at half time. And here come Manchester City making their way back out for the second half. Boy Racer says, make coquito? It is a Puerto Rican eggnog. Wife made a vegan version for Christmas. It's all coconut cream, coconut milk, and evaporated coconut milk as well. Very nice. Sounds very nice as well. And Manchester City are ready to get the second half underway here. Doesn't look like there's any changes that have been made. Julian Alvarez is going to get Manchester City underway, attacking from right to left here for the second half. Everton attacking from left to right. Look like Everton's made any changes either. And we do have kick-off here for the second half. What are Manchester City going to do about the situation that we find ourselves in? Massive 45 minutes coming up for Manchester City and our Premier League season and potential aspirations, as we're now just 4 likes away from 100 likes. Done really well on the likes today, so fantastic. Looks like we're going to hit 100 likes, only 4 to go. Lovely pass into the channel. It's a good pass from Rodri, and here's Matheus Nunes. Early opportunity here for City to put something into the box. Matheus Nunes is going to be tackled, and Everton are going to get that one clear in the end, and Ederson will mop that one up, and we will find Manuel Akanji here, and Manchester City can come forward. Now, this game is being streamed live on Amazon Prime Video, and I love that there is an option to have no commentary, just watch the game with no commentary, which I think is a great feature. Now, Amazon Prime Video are going to be missing out on Premier League coverage. I'm not sure if it's from next season or the season after. I think Sky Sports have got that deal instead, which is why they're getting more Premier League games. It'd be a good touch from Sky Sports and from TNT Sports if they were to put the option of not having commentary and you just listen to the players and the crowd noises like you would be if you were at the game. I think that's something I'd like to see more from the broadcast, and I think that's something Amazon Prime Video do very well. As one ball comes in from Everton of no accuracy, Ederson will intercept that one. Of course, Ederson made a massive save in the second half. Just after Jack Harrison had put Everton ahead, he comes in with another effort from a corner, and it was a great save from Ederson to keep this at only 1-0, so it could have been worse for City. Here's Jack Grealish, picks the ball up on the left, up against Nathan Patterson, already on a yellow card, into the penalty area, so Patterson's got to be careful. I want to see more from Jack Grealish because of that. Josko Gvardiol takes a touch, gets a cross, and it's so deep, it's so heavy. And Bernardo Silva forced all the way out to near enough the touch line. He puts a ball into the box, and Phil Foden gets a head back, and Rodri has a shot over the top of the crossbar and out for a goal kick to Everton. Once more, it's just continuing like the first half. Pop-look opportunities and pop-look shots not working. Brian says defence, it's shambles. Perky wants to see Matheus Nunes taken out. What are the options, though, if you do take him out to bring somebody in? Oscar Bobb out wide and you bring Bernardo into the middle. Mateo Kovacic. Andy says, I've been saying this for an awfully long time, that we need to be more clinical. A lot of the games that we create 25 plus chances, we're lucky if we score just one at our level. It's not good enough. And I agree, as Beto has a shot wide for Everton. Forced out wide by Nathan Ake, who's going through the centre at the moment, after originally started on the left-hand side, but that injury to John Stones means Akanji, who did start in the centre, has moved forward into defensive midfield. Ake goes into the centre and Josko Gvardiol goes onto the left-hand side. City do need to be more clinical. You put your opportunities away. We stop caring about Manchester City's defence, so to speak, because if you're going to score the goals to win the game, then as long as you win them games, you don't really want to talk about conceding goals. But it becomes a little bit more problematic when goals aren't free-flowing. And apart from that Chelsea game in the Premier League, over the last few games City haven't really been that free-flowing. Tottenham, we scored 3, but should have been scoring 5 or 6, really, and it should same against Chelsea as well. And because of that, it means Manchester City. We shouldn't need to score 5 or 6 goals to win a game. We really shouldn't. We should be capable of keeping the score down from a conceding point of view. So that causes some problems. But City are clinical here. There's been good opportunities, been 2 or 3 good opportunities. You put all them away, we lead in this game. And again, we don't have the talking points that we had at half-time. As Branthwaite gets himself back onto his feet, momentarily just gone down, and Manchester City do have themselves a free kick here, just inside the Everton half. Family, thanks for tuning in, says, when's De Bruyne returning from injury? He started to train with the City first team squad. If I was to put a time scale on it, I reckon you're probably looking 4 to 8 weeks. So he returned back to training a couple of weeks ago, so he's probably still another 2 to 6 weeks away. any time in that period, I think, is when you'll see Kevin De Bruyne. And what I don't want City to do is panic and think that you need to bring De Bruyne back before he's ready, because things aren't going to plan. Bring De Bruyne back when he's ready, and if that's in a couple of weeks, fantastic. If that is to be 6 weeks' time and it goes into February, it goes into February. Kevin De Bruyne needs to be preserved. Kyle Walker plays a pass intercepted. Okay, cool. Perky says, what's up with us in the Prem? Game management. It's all down to game management as far as I'm concerned. The problems are here because of game management and nothing more. We're not managing these games properly or as well as what we need to. You manage these games properly, you win these games. We've got the quality, we're just not applying it on a consistent basis. Ball comes into the box. Dealt with well by City, and that's a good pass from Rodri. Bernardo Silva now. He's got to turn. Slows City down. It allows Everton just to get, 8 players back. I think that's going to be Everton's approach here, second half. Jack Grealish. It's not a good pass from Jack. Can't find Gvardiol. That's a great interception from Akanji, though. Really good interception from Manuel Akanji. A great pass as well. Here's Rodri now. Dinks a ball to the right. Bernardo Silva has the run of Nunes. Go first time. Drills it across, and good defending in the end from Tarkowski. He smiles on his face, and the smile's on his face because he wanted to clear it, but I don't think he wanted it to be that close to his own goal. It must have been a yard or so wide of his post. That could easily have gone into the back of his net. He smiles because it doesn't. Corner for Manchester City. Works short. Grealish, edge of the penalty area. He's on his weaker left foot. He's got to go onto his right foot and go back across goal. Here's Bernardo Silva. I don't understand why City can't just put a ball in from the corner. All this messing around. Foden has a shot and he's to the back of the net. What does JSGC know? Nothing is the answer. Phil Foden finds the goal. Ignore what I say and just put the ball into the box from the corner. Play them short and score the goals. Phil Foden, come on. Cracking finish from Phil Foden. Just works short, edge of the penalty area, about 20-25 yards out. Takes one touch. Oh, it's a great finish into the back of the net. Pickford is late to react. I don't get why he's late to react. It's not into the bottom corner. Is he blinded by something? I'm not too sure. He's just a little bit slow. It's a great finish into the back of the net. Good hit. Really good hit for City. Here is Akanji. Works the ball to the right. Bernardo Silva. City's tails up. Bernardo Silva. Julian Alvarez. Back to Bernardo. Can't sort the feet out. And Everton get it clear. Squared across again. Oh, just wide. Phil Foden wants a corner. You can't believe he's not got the corner. And it's desperately unlucky. Looked like a corner. Should have been a corner. Not a corner. Goal kick instead. Great finish from Phil Foden. Great finish into the back of the net. And City back on level terms, and I think we all feel a little bit better. Now, a point's better than no points, but we want to capitalise upon teams around us dropping points. So I feel like we need the 3 points, which means we've got to keep going. I think it'll do City the world of good for confidence to have found that goal. Remember, got to be nice and tight at the back. Oh, that's a great ball from Akanji. Here's Bernardo. Bernardo. It's the back of a nana and Everton will get that clear. Only as far as Akanji once more. Here's Matheus Nunes. There's options. Goes for the cross, headed clear. Doesn't beat his first man. And Everton think about the counter-attack. Here's Beta up against Kyle Walker. Who just forces Beta wide. And has to go backwards here. Here's Onana now to Tarkowski. Remember, it was Tarkowski's clearance out for the corner that led to the Manchester City equaliser from Philip Walter Foden. And in response to that, Everton have got Dominic Calvert-Lewin warming up. And that's a good ball played into the channel here. And good interception from Nathan Ake on Garner. Really good interception from Nathan Ake. And Manchester City distribution much better there. Playing out from the back, much better, and Kyle Walker does McNeil for pace. Kyle Walker really put the rockets on here, and getting forward, works it to the right-hand side. Bernardo Silva keeps that one in for Manchester City. Good burst of acceleration from Kyle Walker there. Here's Bernardo now, up against McNeil, up against Mykolenko. Cross goes in, there's nobody there. And Jordan Pickford will collect that one for Everton, and he just instructs that, take a breather, slow the play down. You notice that Manchester City are getting up ahead of steam, as we are now 3 likes away from 100 likes. Please do leave a thumbs up. Good at 100 likes, that would be fantastic. Do subscribe as well if you are new around here. We've got a massive 34 minutes or so here at Goodison Park. Could go either way. 1-1. Jack Harrison in the first half for Everton. Phil Foden for Manchester City in the second half. Rodri, work to the right-hand side. There's space. Bernardo Silva now. He's got Matheus Nunes. Tries to get a pullback. Good defending. Good touch from Matheus Nunes. He's brought down by Mykolenko. It's good defending from Mykolenko in the end. Matheus Nunes wants to try and win that ball back, and that should be a free kick for Everton. Referee's going to play the advantage. The ball comes in. That will be advantage over, though. And Josko Gvardiol makes the interception there for Manchester City. Josko Gvardiol does ever so well here. Here is Julian Alvarez. He's pushed into the back. Referee says play on. Everton have a player down. Andre Gomes choosing just to carry on and play on. So referee happy not to stop it. And eventually Manchester City can muster that up. Onana back onto his feet now and running around. Feeling a bit of pain. Just trying to run his injury off. Julian Alvarez knocks the ball to Josko Gvardiol. And I'll tell you what, since Gvardiol's come on, I've been pretty impressed with what I've seen so far. He's looked sharp. He's looked involved. Dare I suggest that his distribution at the back's looked a little bit better since he's come on as well. Here's Kyle Walker to Bernardo. Rodri wants it, gets it. There's a bit of space here for Rodri. Pings it to the left. Jackie G, of course he can take control. Up against Patterson once more. Take him on. Gets a corner for Manchester City there. It's very important to remember Nathan Patterson is on a yellow card. He cannot go into a challenge on Jack Grealish when he's one-on-one with him. He can't do it. He mistimes it. He's going to be sent off. But I want to see more from Jack Grealish. I want to see him really back himself. Go to the byline, cut inside, force that mistake from Patterson because he cannot do anything about it. Jack Grealish looks to try and play the pass. Bernardo Silva was offside, so he stops. Here's Patterson now. Going to get it clear for Everton. Intercepted really well. Here is Jack Grealish. Works it to Akanji, who's just gone into the book for, I think, dissent. Seamus said City should be 2 or 3-0 at the Mo. And we're not. There's 199 likes now. So who wants to be the 100th like? Who wants the pleasure of being the 100th like on this Everton Manchester City live watch-along? As Bernardo Silva finds Jack Grealish. And he goes down. That'll be a free kick. Good area this for Manchester City. Really good area. Andre Gomes goes into the book. Under pressure from Jack Grealish there. I mean, it trips him up. I don't think it's for persistent fouling. I think it just gives him a yellow card. I'm not too sure. This is a yellow card, but there we go. And there is 100 likes. Absolutely fantastic. Shout out to you guys. Thank you very much for helping me hit my like goal here on the live stream. I mean, we'll push that like goal up to 120 likes. Now 18 likes away, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. We've got nearly 50 people in the room right now watching Manchester City look to try and find a second goal here at Goodison Park and go ahead. Mateo Kovacic is stripped and ready to come on. Everton from this free kick. I've got a 4-man wall lined up. Julian Alvarez and Bernardo Silva stood over it. There's enough room to get this up and down. This is a dangerous area for a free kick. And it's going to be Julian Alvarez. Alvarez! And it's a good save from Jordan Pickford. Asked the question of the goalkeeper. He does get it up and does get it down. It's not in the corner, so it means Pickford can make the save. I mean, that's 5 saves Pickford's made now. He does well not only to make the save, but he does well to push it away from the danger zone. Doesn't even push it out for a corner. He pushes it out for a throw-in. Really good save that from Jordan Pickford. Here's Rodri now. Works it to Gvardiol. A bit of space here on the left, and Patterson makes the interception out for another corner. This is persistent pressure from Manchester City here. Can we find that all-important third goal in this game? Julian Alvarez with the corner for Manchester City. Whipped in this time. Pickford doesn't get it right. Foden, great block. Ake, handball, referee, referee. It's handball, referee, referee. Penalty, penalty Manchester City. He takes his time. I didn't think he was going to give it. It looked obvious. Referee under pressure from the City players. Eventually he gives the penalty. I think it's the linesman that's given the penalty there. It looked like handball. Ake goes in with the shot. Oh, his arm's up. His arm's up here. Oh, it's every day of the week. Every day of the week. Oh, yes. Hits the hand first. That's very important. It doesn't touch the body. It hits the arm first. The arm is up. Should be a penalty to Manchester City. Referee on-field decision is a penalty. I don't think there's enough in that to overturn the penalty. I think the linesman's given that. And it is a penalty here for Manchester City, and this is huge. No Erling Haaland, of course, Man City's normal penalty taker. VAR have said it is a penalty. And this is massive. Julian Alvarez. What a 12 months he has had. He's won the Champions League with Manchester City. He's won the Premier League with Manchester City. He's won the FA Cup with Manchester City. He's won the European Super Cup with Manchester City. He's won the Club World Cup last week with Manchester City. And of course won the World Cup with Argentina. He's won everything. Can he put Manchester City ahead here? Jordan Pickford playing some mind games. Jack Grealish really not happy with that. Pickford just stepped up off his line. Alvarez has already stepped up and ready and waiting here. Julian Alvarez then up against Jordan Pickford. Massive moment this in the game. Massive moment for Manchester City. Can the Spider put it away? Can the Spider put it away? Into the back of the net. And Manchester City, how important could that goal be come the end of the season? And look at the faces of the Manchester City players. Sheer delight. Going a goal behind to 2-1 ahead. And you get the classic Julian Alvarez celebration. The Spider putting Manchester City ahead. Never in doubt. Jordan Pickford did get his boot onto the end of it. I think he was looking to put it down the middle. Doesn't get enough onto it. And into the back of the net. Nice and low that from Alvarez. Into the back of the net. I think Jordan Pickford's a little unlucky. It just rolls under the back of his leg. City ahead though. We don't care. City turn it all around. And Manchester City. Big 36 minutes coming up here. Anna, thanks for tuning in. Says West Ham fan tuning in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, of course, in response for Everton will come on. And we get that killer 2-goal cushion. We need to make sure we keep going. Rodri Gomes comes off. Michael Keane is coming on. Matheus Nunes is the man that comes off for Mateo Kovacic. Everton make their own substitutions as well as they pick up their own throw-in. I'm just waiting for Amazon Prime just to confirm who's gone off for them. It looks like Beto's gone off for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And Everton now looking to try and respond. MCFR very happy with that, says we must not bottle this now. Here's Bernardo, he goes down, throwing Everton. I want to see 25 minutes of good football from Manchester City now. I want to see Manchester City that I've been criticising them for in the first half, not managing the situation properly. I want to see Manchester City manage this situation. We were behind. We've overturned it inside the first 20 minutes of the second half. I want Manchester City to show their defensive capabilities, that we are able, for the rest of this game, to keep Everton out. MCFR says, loving the content lately. Says, sometimes my comments don't process. Not sure why. I'm not too sure either, my friend. I do see you comment a fair amount. So, they do come in. Not too sure if all are coming in. I'm not too sure. My comments section's very, very much unfiltered. This will be a huge 3 points come the end of the season. So Calvert-Lewin has come on. Andre Gomes has come off. And Michael Keane has come on. I think it is Beto that's come off. And that'll be a corner to Everton. No problem, CFR. Thanks for tuning in. This is where City need to be careful. Set pieces. Garner to take. Everyone back here for City. Corner comes in. Chipped in as well. And Tarkowski doesn't get his header right. Wide. Adam, thanks for tuning in. Very boring today. Just a Diet Coke on today's drink. Nothing too exotic. There's Phil Foden for Manchester City. Lovely feet. Lovely, lovely feet. Just finds that pass. This has been a very well-managed second half from Manchester City so far. It's been far better. Far, far better. Did not consider a beer. I considered something stronger when we were 1-0 behind at half-time. Something far stronger. Everton come forward. Not the best of passes, intercepted by Ederson, and City can think about coming forward once more. I can see why Sean Dyche has chosen to put on some fresh legs here. Everton just looking a little tired. So obviously got 5 substitutes to go at. Try and freshen it up out there because it is hard work playing against Manchester City. You do spend a lot of time running around. Mateo Kovacic did give the ball away. Dwight McNeil goes down and wants a free kick. Doesn't get one, and this time Julian Alvarez is the man that gives the ball away for Manchester City. It's all gone a bit scrappy here, and Onana nearly gives the ball away for Everton. In the end, they do manage to work it to the left-hand side, and then Everton give the ball away, and Rodri can pick that one up for Manchester City. Good work that by Rodrigo. Here is Kovacic. Hopefully a better pass this time for Kovacic, and it won't be intercepted. He'll find Bernardo Silva into the 69th minute here at Goodison Park. Here's Rodri. City just knocking this ball around. And this is what I was on about managing this situation. We don't need to force a goal. We can be patient, keep hold of the football. The clock ticks away. Less than 20 minutes remaining here. This has been a very good second half for Manchester City so far. I did say the same in that Crystal Palace game though, and we blew it. So don't take things for granted. We know that. We want that reassurance of the killer 2-goal cushion. Here's Josko Gvardiol now to Rodri, Jack Grealish, Kovacic. Makes it up nicely, wants the free kick, referee says no, and ball gets dinked forward here to Calvert-Lewin. And remember, Calvert-Lewin, he's a pacey striker. He's good in front of goal. I mean, Beto, that first half in particular, was always looking for that hold-up play. That's great defending. Notice that Jack Grealish got himself back there. Bernardo Silva gets the ball clear for Manchester City. Only finds Michael Keane. And Everton here have the ball through Jack Harrison. Not really seen much of Jack Harrison in this second half. Up against Gvardiol. Goes out for a throw into Everton right next to the corner flag, which Nathan Patterson's going to take. Adam asks, honest thoughts on Nunes under Pep and his tactics. Good player. I've been impressed with what I've seen. I'm not expecting... I don't expect Matheus Nunes to come in and be the complete article. And I think he could very much be like what Nathan Ake was like for Manchester City. It's a bit of a slow first season, shows the potential. He's got the quality. Eventually he'll step up, and we could be saying to ourselves in 2-3 years' time that Matheus Nunes was a fantastic bit of business and he ends up being a brilliant long-term replacement for Ilkay Gundogan. But it's just going to take some time to be that player. It's going to take time. It takes players a long time to adapt under Pep Guardiola. The demands are so different under Pep. And at Manchester City, I mean, look how long it took Jack Grealish to settle in. I could argue a case that Jack Grealish still hasn't fully settled in, but he looks much better now than what he did when he first joined. English Dawn. I'm hoping Johnny Stones, I'm hoping it's just a precaution. He comes off, you know, he's feeling his ankle's a bit tight. Get a bit of ice to it, it's twisted. You know, a little bit of rest, a little bit of recovery. He doesn't need to be risked against Sheffield United. He doesn't need to be risked against Huddersfield Town in the FA Cup. So, you know, the opportunity after today for some of these players that you can have a good couple of weeks rest. You have a little winter break in January as well. So the games don't come thick and fast in January is the good part. And that's a great opportunity for Man City to start working the likes of Erling Haaland, Jeremy Doku, Kevin De Bruyne back into the first team squad. Adam, it doesn't look like Kalvin meets the quota. It looks like he will be leaving Manchester City in the upcoming January window as Chelsea managed to find a late goal at Stamford Bridge. It is full time and it's Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 1. Wolves have also won their game against Brentford away from home by 4-1. So the only game remaining here in the Premier League is this match at Goodison Park with 16 minutes remaining. And it is Everton 1, Manchester City 2. As we're now 17 likes away from 120 likes. Long ball comes forward from Jordan Pickford. Here's Harrison. If he goes early here, he's got Calvert-Lewin. He's got Calvert-Lewin! And it's wide! Manuel Akanji, I don't know what Akanji's asking for there. It's a good ball from Jack Harrison. I think City wanted the offside flag. In the end, it goes wide. So, I mean, Calvert-Lewin gets there. Calvert-Lewin should really find the back of the net. That was a real opportunity for Everton. And showcasing to Manchester City that they are very much still in this game. So City needs and must be careful. Here's Jack Harrison. Into the last 15 minutes of the game. He's got 3 players around him. Still manages to dink a ball in towards McNeil. He's still got the ball into the penalty area. Here's Jack Harrison now. He found the pass to Mykolenko, and Kyle Walker reads that really well and takes his man on really well. He's only got Alvarez ahead of him. The pass has to come. Alvarez can't... goes down under a heavy challenge. Everton win the ball. Alvarez is hurt. I don't think that's a free kick. It's a heavy challenge. A heavy challenge on Julian Alvarez, but he wins the ball. And it's a challenge back in the day that you would say, good challenge. That, to me, he goes right through Alvarez in the follow-up of it. His studs aren't up. I think that's a good challenge. I do. I think that's a good tackle from Everton. It's a crunching tackle. His studs aren't up. It's not dangerous. He wins the ball. Football's a contact sport. I don't think that's a free kick. Keith, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Seamus, I'm afraid I can't help you. I'm not too sure what time match of the day is on at. Steve, I think you're spot on. Not on our players, I'm not happy with it. But it's a good challenge. If Rodri tackles Calvert-Lewin like that, I'm all over it. I'm bigging up his praises. It's a clean challenge. He wins the ball. His studs aren't up. Football's a contact sport. If it was the other way round and a free kick were given against City, I'd be seething for it. Now, that challenge on Bernardo Silva is a free kick. Branthwaite doesn't win the ball. Yellow card comes in for Branthwaite. It's all starting to get a bit feisty. Kyle Walker's kicking off with one of the Everton coaches. Pep Guardiola pushes him away. It's getting a bit feisty out there. It's late from Branthwaite. It is a free kick. Kyle Walker weren't happy about the ball being pushed away, and I think there was a comment made by one of the coaches because Walker weren't really even that annoyed by him pushing the ball away. I think some comment had been made to him there. Pep Guardiola pushes Kyle Walker away, and Ederson gave the ball away there in a high up position. Everton just looking to... they're looking to upset Manchester City. That is the approach for Everton right now. They're looking to be in the face of City, annoy Manchester City, and force a mistake from City. That is the game plan. They'll do everything in their power to do so. How that isn't a free kick to City, I don't know. One of the Everton players all over. I think it was Julian Alvarez from the throw-in. Referee says no free kick. And that will be a throw into Manchester City. And I think it's important now that over the next couple of minutes, Man City just take the chance here to try and just slow this game down and take the sting away. As we're now 16 likes away from 120 likes. Got over 60 people in the room now. So welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Could be a big 3 points this for City. As I said when City scored the penalty, how big come the end of the season could that goal be? Here's Jack Grealish, and that will be a free kick. I think that should be a yellow card for Tarkowski. It's a cynical foul. But, more importantly, it just takes the momentum off Everton. David says, truth is though, if it were Rodri, it would be a free kick, it would be a foul, and it would be a card. You're probably right. But if the referee chose not to do that and said it wasn't a free kick, I would sit here. I'd still sit here and say the same thing. But to me, it's a good challenge as Harrison comes off for Danjuma. Tries to touch Jack Harrison off. He's looked like arguably Everton's brightest spark for me. I wouldn't have took him off, but here we are. Rodri dinks a ball over for Julian Alvarez. Can he get it under his control? The answer is no. And Vitaly Mykolenko can get that clear. Only as far as Bernardo Silva. Here is Rodri. There's space on the right here for City if they want to use it. Mateo Kovacic now back to Rodri. Here's Jack Grealish. Heavy touch from Jack. And he's brought down, and referee's given a free kick against Jack Grealish. He gets barged into. Ref! He gives a yellow card. How many fouls have been given against Jack Grealish today and gone unpunished? He gets shoved in the side, goes for the challenge, and then brings the man down. Yellow card. I might be a bit frustrated about the free kick being given. I could forgive the referee for giving the free kick there, but a yellow card? Just after Tarkowski just cynically took Jack Grealish down, really? And that went cardless? 9 minutes then. Jordan Pickford to take. Everton have sent everyone forward here. Manchester City going with a very, very high line. Very high line. Pickford launches this. Akanji, freedom of the air to win that one, and now Manchester City can think about the counter-attack. Here's Phil Foden, pushed in the back. Caught no free kick for Manchester City. Worked all the way back to Jordan Pickford. Launches this for Everton. Launches it long. Calvert-Lewin takes a really good touch there to Dwight McNeil. He seems to have gone to the right-hand side for Everton at the moment. Here's Nathan Patterson, Scottish international. Goes with the early ball into the box. Nathan Ake gets a foot onto it. Josko Gvardiol. He takes the touch. It's a heavy touch now for a throw-in to Everton. And Anana asking the crowd to get involved there. 8 minutes remaining here at Goodison Park. McNeil goes with an early ball in. There's too much on that, and Ederson will take the ball under his control. He'll pick it up. And Manchester City could just slow this down. 8 big minutes. Manage the sitch. Launched by Ederson. I think he gets away with it there. I think it might have been caught up in the wind, but it falls nicely for Philip Foden. Here's Kova. Rodri now. City just slowing this down. Lovely, I was going to say a lovely pivot from Rodri, but it's not happened, and good interception in the end from City. Here's Kovacic driving City forward. He's not got the options. He's got Kyle Walker on the right. 7 minutes. The clock continues to tick down here for City. Keep hold of the ball. Slow it down. Corner flag. To the corner flag. Here's Jack Grealish now. Bernardo Silva. Josko Gvardiol. Kovacic. And City give the ball away. Everton thankfully give the ball away as well, and that will be a throw into Manchester City. 7 minutes remaining then. Seamus, you're right, referees do give themselves a bad name. That's a lovely touch from Kyle Walker. Slow it down to the corner flag. That's what you do. That's what you do. It's a free kick. He's giving a throw in. Oh, he goes through the back of Kyle Walker and he gives a throw in against City. We're getting... We've been given a penalty, and I think that's about the only thing we've been given today. Even that was stonewall. Launched long by Jordan Pickford. Calvert-Lewin takes a lovely touch, and Akanji shoved in the back, and I think he just does enough there. Does enough. Slow it down again. 6 minutes remaining. 6 big minutes for Manchester City. Can we return back to winning ways? Can it be 2 wins in 7 rather than 1 in 6? Alvarez, can he finish it? Can he finish it? Can he finish it? No. Over the top of the crossbar, Jordan Pickford shouting at Michael Keane. Back it off, back it off, back it off. in the end. I think he's not happy that Michael Keane didn't make the block, that he allowed the shot to come in. Harmlessly over the top of the crossbar, though. Everton go long ball. Oh, it's a lovely touch from Josko. You know what? I've been so impressed with Gvardiol since he's come on. So impressed. Here's Kova driving Manchester City forward. Kova's done well since coming on as well. He really has. The minutes tick away. 5 minutes remaining here at Goodison Park. City have managed this second half so well. And we're nearly there. Kyle Walker can't sort his feet out, and that'll be a throw-in for Everton. Here's Jordan Pickford. Can't sort his feet out, and it's intercepted. Can we kill it off? Can we kill it off? Yes! What a goal! Bernardo Silva! 3 goals, 3 points. Come on! What a finish, Bernardo Silva! What a comeback win for Manchester City. What a second half. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Kudos, Bernardo Silva. Lovely dink. It's Jordan Pickford. Julian Alvarez presses. The ball's given away. I think it's Branthwaite that gives the ball away. And Bernardo Silva just picks his pocket. I said Manchester City gave Everton a Christmas gift in the first half. There's Manchester City's Christmas gift from Everton returning the favour. And that will be the 3 points. And you make no mistake, it is a lovely dink into the back of the net from Bernardo Silva. Absolutely fantastic finish. Much, much better from Manchester City. Much, much better. And you fancy that that will be it for Manchester City now. No better way to defend this second half. 2-1 up, make it 3-1. And as long as we do nothing stupid to shoot ourselves in the foot from here, should be a massive, monumental 3 points for City. Away against Everton, as I said before, they are a team that, without that 10-point deduction, would be 10th in the Premier League. Away from home, won 4 of the last 5 games. It's not an easy place to come. Speaking in my preview about the siege mentality at Everton as well, just makes it just that little bit more awkward. Not easy at all for Manchester City. It's been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic from Manchester City. The second half has been awe-inspiring. And this second half is the standard that we're looking for. What we need to do here, focus on seeing the job out. Here's Josko Gvardiol coming forward. Cuts back inside. And ball given away by Manchester City. No, 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 no. 1.5 minutes remaining here. Here is Everton now with the ball. Mikalenko to Onana. Pep Guardiola, I think he's telling the team to press and push that line further forward. I was speaking about Man City's game management first half. It wasn't brilliant, in particular on that goal from Jack Harrison. But second half, Man City's game management has been, it's been outstanding. This has been, to me, the perfect second half from City. They've been clinical in front of goal. They've been patient when they've needed to be patient. It's been no-risk football. It's literally Man City have made it all about quality. And when Manchester City make it about quality, Manchester City win them games. Been absolutely fantastic. Foden given the man of the match from Amazon Prime Video. I mean, there's a few contenders out there, I think. Rodri's been very good for Manchester City today. Julian Alvarez, Phil Foden have been very good for City in this second half. I said I wanted to see more from Grealish and Bernardo Silva in this second half. We've managed to see it as well. I think it's a close call between Alvarez and Foden for my man of the match. I think I'm going to give mine to Julian Alvarez. Josko Gvardiol, since he's come on, has been outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Bearded Monster says, scoreline flattering us. This second half's been absolutely perfect. What's Man City done wrong in this second half? Man City have created the opportunities that they've needed to create. They've put their opportunities away. The Everton haven't had a sniff in this second half. It's been a well-managed second half from City. To go 1-0 behind, you've got 45 minutes to sort it out, to score 3 goals. I think it's been a very good second half from City. First half, I agree, substandard. Oh, it's off the post from Foden. Nearly a fourth into the first of 6 minutes added on here. And Goodison Park just starting to empty now. And their focus again for the season for Everton just becomes they don't want to be relegated. Here's Phil Foden. This could get even better for Manchester City, you know. This could get even better. Here is Philip Walter Foden driving forward. Julian Alvarez now to Bernardo Silva. Rodri now. City just knocking the ball around. Happy just to take the time. Everton are the team that need to press and force the issue. Man City are just happy to be comfortable with the ball. Here's Nathan Ake. A difficult situation this for Everton, and as I said, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Liverpool, since Man City last played in the Premier League, they've all dropped points. City have needed to capitalise. I said we've got 2 big games to end 2023 on. Everton away, difficult game, a difficult place to come and win. Looks like City are going to be able to do that. And Sheffield United, that low block approach, it will be 11 men behind the ball for Sheffield United under a lot of pressure. Fresh from a loss at Bramall Lane against relegation rivals Luton Town, under a lot of pressure. They will sit very deep, so it comes a different kind of game for Man City to manage against Sheffield United. But if we can dig deep and get that and get the 3 points, all of a sudden, Manchester City, halfway stage, we go from being 17 wins from 21 to win the Premier League for me to 15 needed from 19. Kovacic plays a ball in towards Alvarez. Good interception from Tarkowski, and Jordan Pickford will just dink a pass in here to Onana and work it to the right hand side, and Tarkowski will feed the ball into Nathan Patterson. Thank you very much, Keith. Much appreciated for your kind comment there. Here's Rodri now for Manchester City. Gives the ball to Foden. David, thank you very much for your kind comment there. Winning always makes things easier and better. Here's Foden. Lovely drop of the shoulder. Continuing to come forward here. Foden! Oh, it's a great save from Pickford. That would have been an outstanding goal. Pickford, he was about 8 yards off his line there. Foden saw that he was off his goal, looking for the dinked effort over the top. Anything to the side of Pickford, and he's struggling. As it is, it's straight down the middle, and a good save in the end from the England number 1. Nadira, Manchester City back. I think it's too early to say that Man City are back. I'm not going to get carried away. You know, there's still plenty of work to be done. Until I see Manchester City top of that table, and comfortably top of that table, I'm not going to say Manchester City are back. Adam, thanks for your kind comment there, much appreciated. The Geezer Dan, thanks for tuning in as well. Says Sheffield United at home, it'll be hard, but it should be an easier game than today, with it being at home. Spot on. Problem is, last 3 games at the Etihad in the Premier League, we've not won any of them. City have been making hard work of games at the Etihad, been going ahead and blowing leads. Sheffield United is not an easy game, particularly when they're going to limit the space. It will be 11 men behind the ball. You know, I'll be surprised to see Sheffield United have anything over, 25% possession in that game. So if City aren't clinical in front of goal, it becomes a very long afternoon. So in training, I'm hoping City are going to be working on their finishing and shooting. I suspect it's probably going to be the same approach from Huddersfield Town in the Cup, also at the Etihad. Ederson just sends that long towards Jack Grealish. English done. Definitely agree with that. I don't think Everton are going to be relegated. I think they're far too good for that, as we're into the final minute now of the game. Andy, thanks for your kind comment. Says, thanks for yet again another great stream, mate. Hopefully see you for the next game. Happy New Year to me and my brother Mick Sid. From Andy and Alison in York. Love that. Thank you very much for your kind comment, and Happy New Year to you as well. I'm sure I'll speak to you on Saturday at some point on the stream. That'll be the next stream. Manchester City taking on Sheffield United at the Etihad Stadium. So I'm going to get my match review, match reaction and match analysis out after this game for you guys to enjoy. It'll be out within an hour of this game ending. It's obviously been 8:15 PM kickoff here in the United Kingdom, so it is getting a little bit late, so I'll end the stream a little bit earlier than what I normally do. As we're just 8 minutes away now, 8 seconds away from the 6 minutes being up, so we're just going to wait for the referee to blow the whistle and confirm what's going to be a fantastic 3 points for Manchester City. Family, thanks for tuning in. Says thanks for the commentary, mate. We'll be looking forward to the Sheffield United game. I'm looking forward to it already. And the referee does bring the game to a close. The final whistle does go. And it's been a fantastic comeback win that for Manchester City with an outstanding second half performance. Finishes here at Goodison Park. Everton 1, Manchester City 3. And Manchester City leapfrog Tottenham Hotspur and go back into the top 4. And we can start thinking about trying to catch up Aston Villa. We know we've got a game in hand against Brentford at some point. Win that game, we go into 3rd place. City just need to keep this momentum going now. It's 2 wins out of our last 3 in the Premier League. Can we beat Sheffield United, make it 3 out of 4, and just keep pushing and going from there is what we want to be looking for. Steve, thanks very much for your kind comment. Seamus as well. Adam, Andy, Mixid, English Dawn, John, Julia, everybody for tuning in. Much appreciated. Musa, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Family, Geezer, Dan, David, and everybody else. Keith as well. Thank you all for your kind comments. As I said, do leave a thumbs up. That'd be much appreciated. Now, 12 likes away from my goal of 120 likes. If we could hit that in the post-production, then that would be absolutely fantastic. Also, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below if you're watching this after the game in the live chat whilst we're live for the next minute or so. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It is free. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Plenty more Manchester City content to come. We will have another live stream out Saturday, going live at 2:30 PM GMT for the 3 PM kickoff. It's Manchester City taking on Sheffield United next up for you guys to enjoy. Also, don't forget to go and check out my social media links. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, they're in the description. Go and check them out. Go and follow me on there. That would be great. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I will see you guys all again very soon for the next Manchester City video. As I said, match reaction will be out after this game within the next hour or so with all of my thoughts. So I want to thank you guys for interacting with me. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas for everybody celebrating. And I will see you for the final game of 2023. What a 2023 it has been for Manchester City. City now back to winning ways in the Premier League, which is 100% things you love to see. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Take it easy. Peace. Ciao for now.